How you doing, guys? This is BG Dino, and I am the Terradome Soldier. Today's review is going to be on the movie Mercy. But first, let's watch this trailer. And good seeing you guys. Let's go.
What the? Get me out of this chair!
Detective Raven, I'm Judge Maddox, and this is the Mercy Capital Court, a judicial system powered by artificial intelligence.
Hold on, just wait a second.
With crime rates soaring, lawmakers voted for mercy. By acting as judge, jury, and executioner, Mercy keeps our city safe.
I shouldn't be here. I helped create the Mercy program. I'm proud to have sent the first suspect for trial here, and I will continue to send more until the message is received.
Detective Raven, I know precisely who you are. You're before this court today charged with the murder of your wife.
Oh my God.
Your guilt must fall below the 92% threshold, or you will be executed in precisely 90 minutes.
I loved my wife. I didn't hurt her.
Detective Raven, the city's municipal cloud is at your disposal. Every camera, cell phone, and database. You must gather evidence to exonerate yourself. If you are innocent, prove it.
I need to find out who killed my wife.
Just classic crime of passion, Chris. And it all points right at you.
You don't get the Mercy trial unless you're guilty.
I didn't hurt Mom, I swear to God. Show me everyone she had contact with. She was seeing someone. How's my guilt looking now?
It has risen to 98%. You just provided me with a strong motive of why you murdered her.
Good, wow. Thank you for that.
Mr. Raven, the clock is ticking.
Tell me what Nick was up to.
She was stressed about work. She said some chemical went missing.
The estimated street value would be in excess of $16 million.
Do you honestly think that I killed my wife?
Or were you just programmed wrong? I need to walk the scene. No, I have something here.
This is a terrorist handbook.
Get out. Get out of there.
Mr. Raven, you're running out of time.
Chris, what do you got it into? There's a bomb in that trunk.
It's heading downtown.
This was never about my wife.
This was about me.
And you.
And now for our feature presentation.
Hey guys, stick around to the end. I'm going to show the exclusive preview of the Masters of the Universe, He-Man. So stick around to the end. I'm going to show the complete trailer. Thank you guys. Back to the review. I'm going to jump straight into it. This is another one of those movies where the case is it was too smart for its own good. It was actually going down a good path, and then it just went too far with it. You don't got to keep adding on. If things is working perfectly the way it is, you don't have to keep adding on. I'll explain. Let's get into this. Let's unpack this. The movie begins when you meet the officer by the name of Chris, played by Chris Pratt. He wakes up from out of a drunken state, and he realizes he's in the AI court. which is called mercy. And in the mercy court, if you make it to that far in the court, that means that you're in trouble for something that's punishable by, you know, and you have 90 minutes to prove that you're innocent. Just so happened, the movie happened to be 90 minutes, so the entire movie, you can tell how long you got in the movie because all you do, they kept a clock at the side of the screen, which is the one good thing about it, because this movie right here, you know, like I said, it was too smart for its own good. So anyway, Detective Chris, he wakes up and like I said, he realizes he's in the mercy court and he's being told that he's been charged with murder and he's still like out of it. So the court, the way the system is set up, if a person comes in there drunk or intoxicated or, you know, under any kind of influence, they have an injection, they can shoot the person to sober them up like that. So the judge, the AI judge, she shot something in his face to sober him up. Like it said, now your blood level is clear. That was actually a funny scene because it was like something that you really could expect happen. You know, something to shoot in your face and just all of a sudden sober you up. It's weird, but that's what happened in the movie. So it's pretty much like any real court. Like, you know, you get your one phone call because this is like court. They have judge, the jury, and the executioner. So you actually never go to no jail cell. You just go straight there. And just so happened through the course of the movie, he realizes that he can't really remember anything. And the reason why he couldn't remember anything because he was actually in a bar and he was completely wasted. And he was arrested by other officers. You know, he was upset because him and his wife was going through it, but you know, he couldn't remember anything past there. Now, the AI judge, she gives him the technology to be able to go into any cell phone, any camera, anybody, because the way it is, the world is set up, the way that world is set up in that California world, this particular movie world, that anybody has a cell phone, camera, or anything like that, they have to have okay for the judges or anybody to be able to interfere with it at any time to get information from it. So through the course of the movie, she told him you have the power to find anything you can find to prove that you're innocent. And before they showed him start looking through it, it was given an explanation of how the court was set up. And I believe it was 19 people that already went through the mercy court, so it was still fairly new. You know, I think it was maybe a couple years in process already. And it was showing that out of 19 people that been to the mercy court, all of them were, you know. But I noticed that it particularly showed one particular guy. This guy looks homeless, and he saw him down to like the last 2 seconds. And then it, you know, they did that to show you an explanation of what actually happens. So a needle goes in the back, and pretty much it's like a lethal injection, pretty much. So back to the story, you know, I want to kind of jump all over the place because to me, this movie was like, it starts off pretty good, and to me, I felt like I got manipulated. I got manipulated to think this was going to be an excellent movie.
Oh, the deception, the betrayal, man, you deceived me.
Why? Don't you feel dumb?
But it really wasn't. It was just a okay movie. I know I'm giving my rating early, but it's not really my rating. I'm just telling you how I feel about it. It has so much potential. I mean, it could have shown all kinds of things. But basically all it showed was like paperwork and an invasion in his daughter's cell phone. His daughter was 16 and he felt like he had control of his daughter, you know, made sure she didn't do certain things with social media. But trying to find out she had 2 social media pages because, like I said, the AI person, the AI judge, she gave him the technology to see through anybody's phone or anything like that. Things that they have access to. So he found out that, and also he found out that his wife was committing adultery, which actually did not help his case because I know you saw it in the trailer. So in the trailer it says you have to be at least 92% innocent for them to let you go. If you can't prove that you're at least 92% innocent before 90 minutes, then they'll hit you with the lethal injection. Other than that, if it goes up high, of course it's not good for you. So he went through his wife's phone and all that, and he found out she had a burner phone and she had somebody on the side. And as she was proving that, it was actually a little funny scene because the judge was like, well, that didn't help you. It went from 94 all the way up to 98% guilty, which was bad. She said that's the highest you can go anyway. So you introduced to Chris's partner, his police partner, and she's more like a detective. Oh, she's a homicide detective. And she's like on the scene and he's getting in contact with her to help him through the crime scene. She was actually on the crime scene of his wife's situation. And she acted like she really was. I mean, I don't know if they was intentionally pulling this off of the movie, or maybe it was just the way the person was acting. But from the way the movie was acting, it's like she ain't really mess with him like that. He calling her like a nickname. Her name is Jacqueline, but he called her Jack. He kept saying, well, go to my partner Jack. Go to my partner Jack. And his partner Jack pretty much told him straight off the bat, like, yeah, okay, I'm your partner, but I'm not gonna put myself in trouble for you. I'm like, geez, what the word? Did he call the wrong number or something? What's going on? She act like she ain't deal with him at all. I mean, but the crazy part is, through the course of the movie, like I said, he's able to try to find evidence to prove himself innocent. So he was pretty much using her. This movie is pretty much like, I'm sorry, and also he has a friend. He's a recovering alcoholic, and he has a friend, a sponsor. Most people when they go to the meet, they get a sponsor to help them out anytime they feel weak or any situation like that. They're able to call. So there's one particular guy that's supposed to be his best friend / sponsor. He called him several times for situations. You already seen what it was leading up to. If you've seen the movie Fugitive and you've seen the movie Minority Report, you pretty much seen this movie right here. I mean, it was so predictable what's going to happen, but it went places that I didn't think it was gonna go. But I pretty much had it nailed down by the first 30 minutes. Any movie we're gonna pretty much have it down what's going on by the first 30 minutes. Once you was introduced to his sponsor, and his sponsor just happened to work at the same place that his wife worked at, and then his partner, she was very overzealous. Like anytime there was a situation, he called his partner to help him out. She was always like 5 minutes from any scene. He can call and say, hey, there's something going on over there. I looked on the camera and I see something going on over there. Oh yeah, I'm 5 minutes away. Oh, there's something over here. Oh, 5 minutes away. Yes, she did have one of the, they had like this little, I guess you would call them like hoverboards, but they're like motorcycles and they could fly in the air. She seemed like she was the only person that had one. I guess they had a pretty high budget in this movie. She was the only person that had one. You didn't see a lot of people flying around on and stuff at the very beginning when they were showing the commercial of what's going on, but the new police and the new court system and everything. Other than that, you didn't see nobody really with these little hover motorcycles. This is not going to be a long review because, like I said, pretty much all Chris Pratt did in this movie was
Ain't do nothing but sit her black ass down.
That's exactly what he did in this movie. And the computer screen showing things off. I felt like I was manipulated, man. Like I said at the very beginning, I was manipulated to like this movie. I thought this movie was going to be great. The first 10 minutes, it set up everything. So pretty much the long story is, his wife worked at a chemical plant. Just so happened, his sponsor, his Alcohol Anonymous sponsor, he works in the same place. He's a truck driver. She's actually like someone who works in the office, but it's some kind of chemical plant. So it was some kind of chemical that was been missing that they could use to make, certain kinds of narcotics with and things like that. And there was like tons and tons of it being missing forever. And the wife was down. She caught up with the paperwork and she was already discussing with different people. So it's supposed to be that's why, she ended up. But it really didn't make sense because the guy who actually was doing it, well, of course, was his friend that worked there. When he was stealing chemicals, and they thought he was using the chemicals to make narcotics with it, but no, he was stealing chemicals to make up. I can't say certain words because of YouTube, so I'll put a picture if I can. But he was using chemicals to do that. He wanted to go to the downtown place where this new AI court system is at, and because he felt like his brother was actually a person they showed at the very beginning. When I said they showed the 1, 2, 1, and then showed him get hit with the lethal injection, that was actually his brother. His brother was homeless. There was a woman that was murdered, and they accused his brother of doing it. And his brother, he was not really in his right frame of mind, so he can't really defend himself. And just so happened, he happens to be the guy's brother that worked at the chemical place. He knew it the entire time, so that's the whole reason why he got the job at the chemical place. According to them, why he got the job at the chemical place is because he wanted to get revenge for his brother and take out the whole new AI tower, courthouse, and then, get some revenge on the officer because the officer, he was the one who actually helped create the Mercy Court. But trying to find out You know, he said his brother was innocent, so they was like, well, if your brother's innocent, like I said, the computer, she always give you 90 seconds, 90 minutes to prove that you're innocent. But just so happened, when her and Chris Pratt, the Detective Chris, his name is Chris too also, his real name is Chris Pratt, of course. They was having a discussion at the very beginning of the movie, and she said, you know, I'm not programmed to hear anything else other than something about this court trial. Anything else, I'm not programmed to hear. So this is where it threw me off at the very end. Once his time went down, he proved that he was innocent, Officer Chris, but he also wanted to stop the guy that had the truck with the chemicals to try to take out the court plea, because he had actually kidnapped his daughter, and he had her as leverage so nobody wouldn't try to stop him. They get to a scene when you see him riding in a big giant tractor trailer. I mean, it's like all the cars are moving out the way just in time. It was like a big protest or something, big crowd or something. Nobody got hurt. It just rolled straight through there. I mean, nobody got hurt. It was like, come on, man. This movie, I understand it's a PG-13 movie, but come on, why even put it if you're not going to show something crazy? It was just like unbelievable stuff that was happening. And like I said, the storyline, it took a curve. To me, it would have been just as good as if he was selling chemicals and he was drug dealing and his wife got onto it, and maybe he was onto it because he was a good officer, and you know, that was what the plot was. But no, it took it to the left. It took it to he get revenge for his brother. And like I said, the AI judge, she gave him opportunity to try to prove that his brother was innocent, because he said that his brother wasn't in the right state of mind, and he was actually on the phone with him at the time they said he did it. So he had to prove it. So they go back in the cameras. Just so happened, his partner, Chris, the Detective Chris, his partner Jack, she actually was the person who arrested his brother to put him into the mercy court. So of course, you already know what's going to happen. The bad partner, the rogue partner. So she actually arrested him, and it was the phone. She took the phone from all the evidence and she threw it away. She hid it. All that was on camera. So his brother really was innocent, you know, and so that's why he was taken. So she's pretty much the whole reason why any of this happened. To me, like I said, the plot was too daggone smart. It would have been a lot more easier if it just kept it simple. Kept it as, okay, yeah, they were kingpins. I would have said, even with his partner, I would have said, okay, his partner, Jack, and his sponsor guy, I would say it would have been kingpins. This is my version of it. This is what I would have did to have made the movie better. Instead of all the extra stuff like that and the revenge stuff, I would have had it as he was a kingpin and she was a kingpin. Well, they was working for kingpin, and that's what they was making. They was making illegal money by selling chemicals to people, and you know, to make drugs and stuff like that. And she was his partner. I don't know, nothing like that. To me, I think the movie would have been pretty good. That's my personal opinion. I think it would have been good, but I think when they started going with the revenge and it just made things seem kind of whack. It's like, why y'all going this far with it? This movie wasn't that great at the beginning, but it was interesting, but it just dragged on. Like, this movie was an hour and 30 minutes. This movie could have been an hour and 70 minutes, an hour and 10 minutes, for real. The last 20 minutes was just ridiculous. It seemed like they were just putting filler in there just to make it seem like it's okay. So make a long story short, the guy, he got justice because he realized, he got determined that his brother didn't really kill a person, but of course he still killed the officer's wife, so he still had to go to jail. And also the officer Jacqueline, she had to go to jail because she actually took evidence and threw it away, and which resulted in someone losing their life. So the movie pretty much, it goes off from there. And my immediate reaction is,
That's it.
I felt like they wasted the movie, because like I said, they could have made this way better. It seemed kind of rushed. It seemed like, yeah, okay, they had a story plot, and somebody said, oh, we gotta hurry and get this done. Let's put anything. Let's make it too smart. Let's make it kind of smart. Make it sound like we're smart. We really worked on it. You can tell they really didn't work on it. You can tell it wasn't really a long production. I don't know how long it took them to make it, but you can just look at it. If you watch movies, you can see that pretty much it was a rush job, and I'm going to give it a rush rating. My rating is a 1.7 out of 5.5 Pterodon soldiers. 1.7 out of 5.5 Pterodon soldiers. This is not a great movie. This is less than okay. What is it, a date movie? I'll say maybe okay, because the reason why I'll give it okay for a date is because it's only 90 minutes long. You know, it's not too bad. Like if you go on a date or something, and you want to burn some time, or you know, it's winter time. You want something to do that's indoor. Yeah, 90 minutes is not too bad. So that's the only reason why I would recommend it. Okay, yeah, that's a good date movie. Other than that, if it was any minute longer than 90 minutes, I would say don't even waste your time seeing it. Wait till it come on HBO, Showtime, or Cinemax or one of them. You know, I will wait till it come on. In fact, I really will wait till it come on some kind of streaming channel because it doesn't even seem like a movie that should have went to the movie theater. And Chris Pratt is one of my favorite actors, and you know, it wasn't that great to me. I didn't like it. You know, I've heard some people in the movie theater. I conversate with a lot of people when I leave, and some people, it was like throwing down the line. Some people that don't really go to movies like that, they say, yeah, it was okay. Then but people that go to movies all the time, they say, no, they didn't like it. Pretty much on the same path I'm on. So I guess, you know, that's why I gave it a 1.7 instead of something lower or higher. It's somewhere at the part where, like I said, yeah, it's okay for a date. But if you're going to get something, expecting something really great come out of this, or you really feel like refreshed or like wow, or get bedazzled, that's not going to happen. Don't forget, guys, stay tuned. After the video, I'm going to show the trailer to the brand new movie, Masters of the Universe. It's an exclusive trailer. So give it a shot after the review. Thank you, guys. Time for my honorable mentions. Shout out to the Dante Show Network. Shout out to my buddy June 5th. Shout out to my buddy Thug 2000. Shout out to my buddy eBooks. Shout out to Miss Jersey. Subscribe to her channel. It's Forensic 8888. She does book reviews and also movie reviews like myself. Shout out to my buddy Be Humble. Be Humble is an ex-military guy. He does a bike tour and he does military stories. It's really funny. It's good content. Subscribe to all these guys. These guys have content on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and any other website. Okay, guys. Thank you very much. Stay tuned for this exclusive trailer. Thank you, guys. It's BG Dino, the Turbodome Soldier. Salute. I love you guys. Please be safe, and thank you guys for all the support. I really appreciate you guys. Now, let's watch this trailer. Let's go.
That only exists in legends and bedtime stories. Talking tigers, spaceships, and magic swords that can make a man as mighty as a god. Where I come from, that stuff is real. Why did you send me away?
I wanted you to be safe. So I sent you to a place I knew that they'd never find you. There's this obsession with nerd stuff and sword things. It's not a good look for human resources.
It sounds crazy, but that sword is gonna show me the way home.
Sir, you can't do that.
Don't worry, the sword's mine.
Hold on, it's about to get weird.